Hey everyone, I've got a treat for you today. We are going to talk about something that is ridiculously important to me, and that is the Great Divide. I've been predicting the Great Divide for since 2020, and you can take a look at my Substack, Holly Hall at substack.com. Yeah, .com. And I want to talk to you guys about this because we are seeing it happening right now. And I'm going to do some free readings around this. So if you want to know, like, how are you going to manage with the Great Divide? What are you going to do with the Great Divide? How are you going to be able to work with the job situation and work with the monetary system? And which side of the divide do you want to go on? And there isn't a right side. There's not a good side or a bad side. There's just whatever side you choose to be on. And it's important to understand that, because otherwise, for the next few years, starting now, and some of you are probably feeling this now, is you feel lost, confused, unsatisfied, dissatisfied, angry, upset, and you're starting to point fingers at each other. This week, if you want to take a look what the predictions are for this week, go to my YouTube channel. That's where I have the full version of it. And it's day by day, and it's very telling what's going to be happening this week. This is a year of disclosure, and it's going to be nonstop for the first 7 months of the year, because every single month starts off with a full moon. If you want to understand where you're going, you want to get a free reading done by me. Guys, I charge $120 for US for reading. So you get me here for free. I almost didn't come on tonight because I'm so backed up for mini readings. And I recorded a full, there's a destiny reading that I do. That's my most expensive one. And I recorded 45 minutes of it. Nothing. Like, I thought I checked all my recording software and everything, but it didn't work. So I'm backed up with it. But you want to, so I was going to, like, I can't do this because I'm not going to get to bed in time because I got to finish all these readings, but that's okay. I'm here with you guys, and we're going to talk about the Great Divide. We are about to start our nomadic life again. Yes, you guys, we've been nomadic since 2022. We don't own a home. This is a converted garage. We, in between, live in Mexico, live in Florida. Now we're going to be traveling across the states to Arizona in our third trailer. We've bought 3 trailers since we've been out on our own. Not always living in a trailer, though. So this time, that's what, and I'm going to have you guys follow me, because I think this is going to be a game changer, a life-changing experience for me. And I don't think that, I don't know, let's say I think we're going to move. I see that we're going to move. So you guys can follow us while we look at homes and see if it's a possibility. But I want to know, like, are you guys going to move? Do you need to know what's going on for your job? How are you going to navigate this Great Divide throughout? And I just want to say hi, Randy. Hi, Sunshine. Hi, CRB. Hi, CSC. They're all in my chat on YouTube. And I want to say hi to Rick and Psycho Girl. I never know if these guys are sticking around, though. And Jay. But I want to do some free readings for you guys. So just give me your birth date and give me your birth information while I talk to you about the importance of this breakaway system that we're having. Now, these are the new careers and jobs that will happen. Healers, woo-woo, teachers, guides, but anybody that wants to be a creator, this is going to be your time to make money creating. A lot of people use YouTube right now for alternative news and doom scrolling and all kinds of reasons why they use it. How-tos, how-to videos, probably the biggest one. But it's going to be tenfold when people start losing their jobs and having a supplement income. The creative ones are going to go, well, now I got time on my hands. So what is this breakaway system that I keep speaking of called the Great Divide? It's been over 5 years. It started already. And this is not a sudden event, okay? This is going to unfold. This is an unfolding process. And in my Substack, I am going to be doing a many-part series. I've already got 2 episodes on there that's talking about what's going on with the Great Divide. Yes, Michelle, you can ask a question. You just give me your birth information and your birth date and your birth time and your question. And it can't be a general question because I'm here for a short time. I want to get right down to business. So give me the exact question that you have. And what's happening with the breakaway system is it's not the first time that this has happened. Okay, what's happening now is that this breakaway civilization has separate values, separate awareness systems, and separate ways of living. And this isn't something that resolves overnight. So historically, these kinds of divides take decades to fully form. And I believe we are once again repeating a familiar human cycle. I believe there is a breakaway civilization that lives now somewhere that we can't see where they are or what they're doing. And I believe that they do. And is this bunkers way back when? Is this a bunker city, a bunker town? I mean, I believe one of the breakaway civilizations which died off was in Galepi Tepe in the dug out cities that are in Turkey. That was one of them. The other ones was the ones that lived in the pyramids and underneath the pyramids. That was another breakaway system. When humanity and authority became too strong and overpowering, and there were people, I need to get out of here. I'm not doing this anymore. So is this 2.0 reset? Is this a 3.0 reset? Probably this is a 6.0 reset. And we want to be able to inherit our own belief systems, have our own survival-based thinking. And this next phase is less about rebellion, but more about disagreement. Do you see what's going on, what we're doing right now? We're disagreeing. Everybody's disagreeing with everybody about everything. I mean, even the silliest, craziest things. That is really just a waste of time. And some of it is because people don't believe in racism. They don't believe in murder, or they don't believe in a lot of different things, right? So I don't want to get political. So that's why I'm struggling to come out with the words, because I do not want to get political. It's very similar to COVID when people said, if you don't get the needle, if you don't get the jab, it's because you don't care. And we're bringing this very childish emotional component into it. Well, if you're not on my side, it's because you don't care. You don't give a crap about this. And you don't give a crap about that. If you really dig deep into anything, there's a multitude of reasons why somebody might not agree with a seemingly obvious, agreeable situation. And this is what creates a divide because of our difference in education, our difference in knowledge, and our difference in belief systems, and our difference in experience, personal experiences. So this great divide, to be successful, the work is individual before it is collective. It requires personal responsibility, personal discernment, inner sovereignty, and the willingness to live without constant validation from the external world. If you guys want to know, give me your birth date and give me your birth information. If you want to know at what part do I play with the Great Divide? If you don't know what side of the fence you're on, and there's no reason you can't be a little bit of both, right? But if you want to know, you're going to start, AI is a big part of the Great Divide. In the next 7 months, you are going to see disclosure after disclosure after disclosure. And people, instead of rallying against, should we see, this is what, I don't know about you guys, but this is one of my pet peeves. Tammy, I'm writing down all your information. I just want to know if I'm going to be all right with the Great Reset. Okay, well, I'm going to say everybody is going to be fine, but if you fight against it, you're not going to be fine. But I will talk about this specifically for you, Tammy. So there are people up there going, plopping memes on Facebook and TikTok, mostly Facebook. It's just like a freaking cesspool for this stuff. I can't stand being on there anymore. And I swear the algorithms are set that way for us to be 30% of the people. Like what happened with the Super Bowl with whatever this bunny happy or whatever he was, happy bunny or bad bunny or bingo bunny or whatever. And somebody else brought up was racism. And I said, only 30%. I did the math on it. I did some research on it, and 30% of social media was inundated with negative comments about that, leaving 70% of people who were either neutral or thought it was a really cool thing. And we're basing our anger and frustration on the 30% instead of applauding the 70%. Like, we're giving energy to the 30% instead of giving energy to the 70%. So who the heck would want to upgrade themselves to be the 70 or 80% if we're giving attention, and this is a physics thing too, to the negative part of it. And this is what we're doing throughout everything, the Epstein files, the, everything else. It just the Charlie Kirk, the, whatever his wife Kirk and everybody else around it. And it's like we're in this gossip cesspool and we're like a bunch of kids in a playground and we're pointing fingers at the bullies, but we're not doing a damn thing about it. We're not uh we're not the ones joining, like for instance, today I believe it is the last day of the Buddhists that are walking the path since October for peace. Their pilgrimage for peace. And I hope another group picks up on this pilgrimage too. Are you joining that? No. Are you forming your own government because you want something different? No. Are you contributing financially or physically against racism or anybody who suffers from racism? No. You just become keyboard warriors and put your crap on Facebook and you think you're a star. Well, you're not. You're just as loser as everybody else is because you're complaining and you're not doing a damn thing about it. It's like if I was being bullied, and I do come from bullying as a child, so this is why I have a hard time with it. I stuck up for the bullies, okay? I did. I'd actually get bullied because I stuck up for bullies. In fact, there was a kid that was bullied all the time. Every time he'd walk, he had to walk through a giant park in order to get home. I had 3 or 4 different ways I could go home. I lived half an hour, 40 minutes from my school. So I started walking kind of behind him, sometimes a little bit beside him. It was like this silent protest that I did. We didn't really talk. We didn't even ever get to know each other. We weren't even friends. I would just walk beside him because the boys wouldn't bully him when there was a girl there, even though I got bullied, but not as bad as a boy does, right? I had like scarves tied super tight and kind of pushed around and things taken from me by boys and girls. But this guy was like beat up to a pulp every single time. And then I did this for 2 years. And then I would stick up for bullies. I would tell teachers, I would tell my parents, I would tell the bullies, what are you doing? You're being a bully. That's wrong. And I get bullied for sticking up for bullies. But we're not doing that, guys. Are you doing that? Any of you guys doing that? If you are, my hat goes off to you. But most of them are not. And this breakaway civilization is that some people are going to want stability, familiarity, and they want to stay within the existing system. And if you're against what's going on, all of the negative stuff going on, it is fortified and backed up, if not created, by the people you can't stand and that you hate. That Facebook that you're on that's setting up the algorithm so you're pissed off and you make comments, guess what? They set you up for that and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And you're complaining on a platform doing exactly what they want you to do and contributing to those that you hate. How's that? How does that feel? Because that's what you're doing. So the more that we want to stay with the familiar and that what feels similar to us, the more that we're contributing to what we hate. I would rather be transparent and go, okay, I'm still in this game. I don't know how to get out. I haven't found my breakaway civilization yet, but I'm going to start talking the way I'm talking, and I'm not going to spread any gossip or any opinion about what I feel about the files, what I feel about Kirk, what I feel. Every time I complain, I'm complaining about the divide and the division because I can see it as clear as day that we are all being set up so that we are at each other's throats. So with this great divide, it's happening. We can't ignore it. We can't run away from it. So you just have to decide what side of the fence are you going to lean towards? And what are you going to do to contribute to it? I'm gonna see what my YouTube people are saying. Will USA allow Canadians to move to the USA soon? Um, well, I think they already are. I mean, you can, but Canadians are like leaving Florida left, right, and center. You can buy a property for a song and a dance in Florida a lot cheaper than what we can buy here. And they're going to have to bring down their insurance and their HOA fee so that we can do that. But there is, I predicted this about a year ago. If this strong alliance happens with Alberta, Manitoba, and it's not just with the US, it's with the big European organization as well, built around AI and the land and the systems that they need for AI, there will be a strong handshake that through work, you want to come here and work on this system that we're building. Yeah, you can come and live in the States and it'll be to their advantage. But, by then it's going to be, oh, everybody's like spitting on the American flag going, we wouldn't go there if your life depended on it because we blah, blah, blah states. And that's really sad because the Americans are beautiful, nice, wonderful, caring, amazing people. They're just like us. We have this invisible border that divides us, and we follow the bully, if you want to call it that, that says things that we don't like. So therefore, the whole United States is under a magnifying glass, and we'll have nothing to do. We're going to boycott everything. We're going to boycott all of those beautiful Americans that have their own businesses, that have jobs, that feed their families, that love like you love, that put their pants on the same way that you do. We're going to boycott all of them because of one bad apple spoils a whole bunch of trees. Oh, one bad apple can spoil a whole bunch of trees. Yeah. Isn't that it? Yeah. The Jackson 5. And that's what we're doing because we're idiots. So, but you know what? What percentage of Canadians are thinking this way? I don't know. I know almost everybody I meet is. Elbows up. You know, why do you have to pick a side? Why can't you say somebody said something stupid, but that doesn't mean I'm boycotting the, because you know what? It doesn't affect a multi-billion-dollar millionaire, billionaire. It doesn't affect him. It does nothing to him. He just thinks it's a joke. You're hurting the people that hired me to rule their country, but you're not hurting me. But you're hurting them, bunch of idiots. It's just so stupid. You need to look in 2039 and also 2046. We are in the reset. Yeah, we are. But we're at the very beginning of it. So, SC, you will be next, June 21st. And you don't know your time, but you want to know how are you going to be able to manage the reset? If I was to move to the US, where is the best place for me to live? Okay, I can do that. I can do autography. I never say it right. The people, Bull and Scorpion, the people I know that were against Bunny was not racism. It was because of the people who arranged it. See, this is what kills me too, because I disagreed with one of my friends posted something crazy about this on Facebook. And I'm going to put that on under there for her. And I said, 70, I put that down. I said 70% of the people are not being that mean person that you're talking about. And she goes, yeah, well, 30% racism is enough for me to be upset. And now you're telling me, who I believe you are American, that this was more of who brought him on, who arranged it. I don't understand what that is. When we understand, we get just avatars. This body isn't us. We will wake up, not before that. Yeah. Do you think aliens will do that for us? Do you think aliens will let us know that there's more to life than what we think? Do you think these this break off civilization, because I don't even think it's aliens now, because they do believe it was a break off civilization. I just watched the Y-Files, and it was talking about one that was in the mountains, and they found it. He always debunks things at the end. He'll tell this elaborate historical story about something, and then he'll go through. Most of the time, he debunks it. And I get all excited, like, "Oh, this is true," and then he finds like real proof to debunk it. But this one, he couldn't. He said the jury's still out. There is proof that there is some kind of 6 foot, 7 foot, up to 10 feet tall people that lived in this mountain in California as a break off civilization. And there's bones there, and that's how they know how tall they were, etc. So we're going to take a look at November 23rd, and I think I forget how is she going to deal with the Great Reset is what she wants to know. How are you going to deal with the Great Reset? Do you even know there's a great reset happening right now? That's what I'd like to know. Do you feel it? Do you see it? A lot of my clients are feeling it because they're worried about their jobs. That's where I'm seeing it right now. And they don't realize it has anything to do with AI. They don't understand what's going on with AI. They don't follow that. And but do you feel it? I don't feel it, because all I do is work. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, it won't be for a while. In a while, you won't be working. And when is that going to happen with you? You've got, I don't know why. I'm going to have to change my glasses. These ones are not letting me see to my computer. There we go. A million glasses. Reading glasses. You're going to start to feel the effects in June around your industry and your job. I don't know what time you were born. So because I'm looking at your sun, and that will be June, but it's going to be a blessing in disguise for you. And it's going to be into, June, you're going to get notification where you work that things are going to be changing, but it's going to end up being a blessing in disguise for you, which will be in May. So you may get, you may get a notification from where you work. Who wants to leave and take a package? Who wants to leave and take early retirement? Here's a chunk of money. Do you work in in like an organization industry where, I don't want to say factory like, but there's just, it's just, they plan on building onto the plant. Yeah, so it is. It's a plant based. It's a cheese factory. I was going to say it's a factory. It's like I wasn't thinking like motor car factory or anything, but it was like a production. It was constant production. So yeah, a cheese factory. So you're benefiting there because everybody's going to keep eating cheese. But it's going to start getting automated, and that's the addition onto the building of the plant. You might think that means more jobs, but it doesn't. It means more automation. And you'll learn about that in June. How will you handle it specifically? You have a very fixed personality, and you don't like change. Even though you get bored easily, and you would enjoy change if it was positive. How come I can't find you? Where are you? I got this one chart I have to keep up. Yeah. If I knew what time you were born, it would be really helpful, because I would say how it's going to change your living situation as well. And I don't think you'll take the package. I think you're going to want to stay. You'll stay. And you'll just go with the flow. Like if it's less hours or I get cut pay, you'll do that because you'd rather do that. You'd rather keep the peace than, and what should you take? I don't see it as being detrimental either way, but that's the reading that I have for you. I'm going to put you at 8 o'clock. So it's not going to affect your living situation. at all. I don't see it as June now. It's actually a little bit later. Um, no, it's a little bit earlier. So it's May and June. Yeah. Yeah. It's May and June. And then it might, is it in retrograde still? Yeah, it still might be hanging around till 2027. So if you make that decision on what to do, it'll probably be early 2027. Actually, it'll be March, March of 2027. And that's when, right. And that's not bad because that's when the government will step in and help people that are, losing jobs. They're hiring a bunch of people now. Yeah, because a transition thing has to happen, but trust me, what I'm seeing being added on is for automation. There's the really cool thing is a lot of people will keep their jobs because there's this bridge between the old non-automated to the new, which is completely AI automated, and they need engineers and they need to realign the whole work situation. They need inspectors. They need people to teach people through the transition. They need people to work on the production AI technology side of it. So at first, there's going to be extra jobs while everybody's sort of sitting, waiting for the change. And then when the changeover happens, slowly people get let go as AI starts to take over. It's going to you're going to see it in fast foods like McDonald's. It's already happening with McDonald's and that. When you're 100% right, CRB. From what I heard, Turning Point arranged the show. I don't know though, but that's what I'm hearing. See, no, I heard that Turning Point that they had an alternative show to it to be the opposite of it, as far as I heard. But I don't know. What do I know? I don't know. I just heard that from somebody who follows this stuff. Sunshine, July. Oh, 21. I had June. Let's say 3:30 p.m. How do you take advantage of the opportunities that you told me I had in my love life reading that I lost out on? I gave two of them a chance, and one took advantage of my generosity, and the other appeared like he was interested and then never followed up, even though we're no longer with each other. Okay, let me look at this. Look at horoscope for 2046. I want to hear what you see. Okay, I'll do that. That sounds like fun. So I'm going to be, if you want to have a reading done, put your birth information here. And thank you for your quick feedback, Jamie Tammy. I don't know which one your name is. And this really helps keep the flow. I'm over at Ask Holly Hall on my YouTube if you want to get my whole prediction for the year, for the week, actually for the year too. I've got it all up there. And I've got a new show, my own show on, it's just a Facebook page thing, but it's called my show is the Holly Hall show, Stargazing, but it's on Spirit Realm. You can find the page or sign up for my newsletter at Substack. You can find it on my website at askhollyhall.com where you get 20% off too. So we're going to take a look at, oh boy, here we go. And then I'm going to look at, I think you said 2046. That's interesting. I did have somebody ask me today about Edgar Cayce and how February 17th was supposed to be something that Edgar Cayce had predicted, and it was the distinct divide or tipping point. Some people are saying it is when the switch goes on with crypto and money. The switch has been talked about several times, and we've had many switch dates, and I don't see it. I see the switch in June of 2020. And if the powers that be they're not going to they're going to do it out of nowhere, out of nowhere. Let me look at 63 sunshine. Oh, it just okay. So there is June 21st, 63, and July 21st, 63. That's funny. I gave two of them a chance. Okay, so let's look at that, and then we'll look at June, July, 3 or 4 p.m. Okay. It's really important when you guys get readings from me. This is a couple of clients of mine are in the room in YouTube, and you got to listen to them over and over and over again. Specifically, when I give you specific dates, you write those dates down, and then you listen to it during that date time, preferably just before, because it will make a lot more sense to you when that time comes. Otherwise, you just wasted your money and wasted an hour. You don't waste my time, but you're not getting the most out of it. All right. So your love situation is still hot and ready to go. You're still able to take advantage of it, but you want somebody who's caring and nurturing and is a little bit on the reserved, shy side, which is not always what you're attracted to. And I don't think it's in March and April. I don't think it's any of the guys that you're with right now. It's somebody brand new. In April. I'm leaning towards April. You don't take advantage of it. You just say, yes, I'll go on a date with you. A day date. Because what happens is you can get impatient and yeah, you can just, you can be like, you're very, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. I want to take care of you. I want to nurture you. I want to make you dinner. Why don't you come over? I've got some pastries. I made some extra. Would you like to have them? You want to be careful with that. That's where it gets. You want them to give and nurture you. And you're not problem solving for them. You're really good at problem solving for the people that you love, but that's not going to fly for you at the beginning. Don't problem solve for your newly dating people. Yeah. No, but she's July and you're June. Right? You are June, right? SC, I got you as June. So you want to know how you're going to survive this no, you want to know if you should move, if you will move to the States. I'm going to look at astrotography. Yeah. Why isn't it there? Let me look. There it is. And if you were to move to the States, hi, Elizabeth, if you like a reading, hi, Salt and Pep, then put your birth date and your birth information. You're looking at the States, and the best place is, for work is in the California, Los Angeles area, is in Oregon area, is in Seattle area, and then there's for just living and work is in, I don't know what that is, Texas, but it's like on the west of Texas, and St. Paul's, Minnesota. There's a bunch of different areas, but that's what's popping out for me right away. Okay. Okay. So let's, for fun, CRB says there's some kind of prediction for 2046. And often I'll look at, like, I'll put it up against the United States. Uh, s- like, for instance, you guys are your 250-year anniversary in the United States. It's also your Pluto return. You've had a Pluto return for 2 years, ever since actually Trump was reelected as your Pluto return. That is a complete soul rebirth for the United States. I wonder when Canada's is. We don't have a Pluto return. We don't have a nothing return. Yeah. So it's a complete rebirth. Like your country won't even, like whatever it was before. So if it's a powerhouse, it'll be less of a powerhouse, and other countries want to take control, want to have the control over the world. Okay. Uh, you become more humble, more become more basic around it. But this is going to take, this is a rebirth. This takes about 20 years when it comes to those larger ones. So when we look at, and again, this is just my astrological predictions. It's not, you don't have to write it down, write it in stone. All right. If it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So 2046 is when the whole reset that was planned is supposed to be completely over by 2050. I don't know, they keep pushing up the agenda. So we're going to take a look at 2046 and what does the birth chart like that look like? And wow, there's Neptune. No, Neptune. It's actually really favorable. There's Jupiter opposing. Uh, no, we want to look at the larger ones. Come on. Nothing really stands out a lot at all. Sorry. There's a Uranus and Pluto. But that's not for a couple of years after that. Scorpio and Aries, Neptune, but I would say that's probably 1944, 2044, 1944. 2044 is where I'm going to see 2044. There could be a war, but it's almost like a psychological war, kind of like the Cold War. And Neptune is like fires, brimstone and fire. Wonder where that comes from. Is that all over? A lot of volcano eruptions, a lot of what's the word for it? Anyone that's been hiding the truth for all that time is accounted for. So, if they go to jail or they get put behind bars or they get sent back to where they came from, everything is, the people are very upset and violent, but they I don't even want to say violent because it's Neptune, it's a softer energy, but I would say that's when the breakaway system is complete by then, and they're kind of in hiding. It's where they feel like they have to go in hiding or incognito, so to speak. I'm gonna lose you, YouTube, TikTok people, so you might wanna go to YouTube, but I'm probably gonna sign off on YouTube soon too. I'll be here on Wednesday. Catastrophic events, natural destructions. Do you see destructions of North America continent? I'd have to take a look at it to compare it to the United States. But like I said, it's like volcanoes, fires, uh, water. So if there's like dams breaking away, a lot of water damage, Uh, it's not if there's been no, that's about so, all the natural catastrophic events. Yeah, I could see what you're saying, but I don't see it as sort of the end of the world, but I do see it as it's people have to, move to safer lands and safer areas. There was a time way back when people wouldn't live by the ocean. They would live by rivers and lakes, for food and fish. But oh, for North American continent, ooh, that would be hard. Because I look at the birth of a country, can't really have the birth of a continent. So I can't really do that, CRB. There was a time where people wouldn't live by volcanoes and they wouldn't live by areas where there could be natural disasters. They knew, like, and they were nomadic, right? They were tribal and nomadic, and every time there was something, they would just move, and they would move, and they would move. Where we want to live by the ocean, and we want to live near these dangerous areas. Um, they say we're going to move to Europe and the East. Well, I've already talked about in one of my videos that there's like a flip going on. And you guys want to go to my Ask Holly Hall on YouTube, TikTokers, because I'm signing off soon. Okay. Ask Holly Hall on YouTube and just subscribe because then you get notifications when I come on board and everybody can gather there. Take a look at Spirit Realm on Facebook and follow because that's where I'm going to be live every Friday at 9:00. Hi, FB. Come on to my Facebook because I'm going to be signing off on TikTok. If you want a question answered, FB, come on to my YouTube channel at Ask Holly Hall. Ask Holly Hall is my YouTube channel. What was I going to say, CRB? I had a prediction. You said, oh, yeah. So I said there was going to be a flip. So everyone's going to be wanting to move to not just Europe, but the Middle East and the Middle Southeast. So we're talking about the Emirates, Dubai, Saudi Arabia. That reminds me. I got another reading I got to answer to because he wanted to know if he's going to move to another continent. And I said, absolutely, it's going to be greatest thing. And then he came back to me and said, well, we're looking at Dubai. And I was like, even better. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, eventually, not yet. And this is where all the rich is going to be. This is where they're going to get a handle of their oil, a handle of their land. They want to solicit a bunch of people over. Anybody that came here to work, because this was like, the land of opportunity, is going to go back there because that's now the new land of opportunity, including the UK. And some of my clients has even verified that they've gotten notification from large organizations that they're making arrangements and doing some work in Saudi Arabia, making arrangements and doing some work in Dubai. It's already happening. And even Canada, out west, Alberta, I believe I vaguely read where they're doing business and handshakes with Saudi Arabia as well, AI and land. Oceans will be everywhere. Continent will be loose. A lot of land by this prediction. We'll lose a lot of land by this prediction. Oh, so like that would only happen, I guess, if all of, I don't know, I'm not a geologist, but I think that would happen if there was a melting of a fast melt of the glaciers, which is what the big flood was. And I know they're threatening that we were in a warming state, that we're the global warming. Now it's not that. I mean, this is the coldest freaking winter we've ever had everywhere. So that ain't working. So now it's just called climate change. So you'd have to, who would be really good at knowing that is Greg Braden. And he talks about like natural processions and progressions as a geologist. And because I think we're in that 12,000 year younger Dryas, or not the younger, was it younger Dryas? What did I say the last time? Yuga, the something Yuga. I'm forgetting about it again. Uh, it's a 24-year cycle. It's not at the halfway point that we are at our demise. It's the full 24 cycle. Every 24,000 years, we have become, we've ousted ourselves out at the entire planet for different reasons. Some of it wasn't us, wasn't our choice. Some of it was, like a big meteorite and all that caused all the floods and the water and everything. A lot of it's predictive. And yeah, a lot of volcanoes in the ocean. Yeah. And hope you got my message, Holly, above. Can you say the message again, Sunshine? What did you say? Can you copy and paste it? I did a reading already for you. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. I'm very ready to serve, not interested in catering anymore. Good. No, you're not ready. Yeah, you're ready to be served. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got that one. Okay. So there's my predictions for that. Thank you very much, TikTok. And hopefully this FB came over, but I don't see any question from anyone. And share a referral link. How do I do that? Oh, no, I'm not gonna. So what do you guys think about this great divide? Is it gonna happen? Do you think this is gonna happen? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the new industrial evolution? Basically all it is. It really is just a new industrial evolution. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? I am. I think it's gonna be super cool, but I'm also not really tied down to a certain lifestyle that I have to be in and I can't change it, or it's a disaster in my life. So, okay, everyone, I'm going to sign off now. I'll see you on Wednesday, and I'll see you I'm going to be Friday over on the Facebook. Why do I keep forgetting about it? I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, I'll post it, and then that'll be 9 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, I'll be here. And then 9 o'clock, I'll be over there. And I'll let you guys know then. Okay. 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 See you. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Namaste.